It all comes down to this. Two teams left in the NHSA rankings. The number 1 and number 2 seeds collide for a national championship in Panama City Beach. It's the 2020 NHSA National Championship for 8-man football, presented by Kingdom.com. The Knights of Ezekiel and the Lightning of Evangel. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Spencer Thompson alongside Zachary Lone, and what a treat we have for you today. Everyone knows about Ezekiel Academy. Only one loss on the year, coming to Lighthouse Homeschool, and coming into today, their first ever NHSA appearance, and with stars on both sides of the ball. The question is, are they going to escape with a national championship tonight? Meanwhile, for the Evangel Christian School Lightning, everyone said that they had a lot to prove coming into their game against the Tennessee Heat yesterday, but they looked like the same Evangel dynasty that we've seen for the last several years, with Tim Smith still at the helm and Hagen Joyner on the offensive coordination. It's no wonder that they are back-to-back national champions, the only one in NHSA history, and now they're looking to three-peat their championships. And Zachary, congratulations on making it to your first national tournament as well as your first national championship.
Thank you. There were a few bumps along the road, but glad we're here.
Glad to be here for sure. Ezekiel, what more could be said about them with just having that one loss on the year? How is it that they are going to – it's difficult to beat a team twice in a year. How did they get it done against the Evangel Lightning today?
Well, what Evangel did last week was they got Jet Lodge and they got Davis in the open space against the Heat, and they weren't able to and the Heat wasn't able to bring them down in the one-on-one tackles. So what they need to do is they have to tackle open field make great open field tackles and limit those gains to 2-3 yards.
And for the Evangel Christian School Lightning, two-time defending champions, they looked like they were firing on all cylinders. What is it they have to do to become three-peat national champions tonight?
Well, they got to make sure that they go ahead and do their normal business. This is their third time here. They know how to win. Coach Smith knows how to coach about to win. These juniors have never lost a championship, and they don't know what it doesn't feel like to be like a national championship. And they have something to prove, and that they came into the tournament having something to prove. And their first game showed it, how pumped up they are and how ready they were to go. They're going to have to make sure, though, to stop Spackman. That's going to be the big thing. Against the Heat, it was Aldrich, but now it's another big back in Spackman.
And you'll see it on the field as they work towards introducing both of the teams. And
I still can't hear you. I got Andrew.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 NHSA National Championship for 8-man football. On behalf of the NHSA and 8-Man Extreme, we thank you for attending in person at Pete Edwards Field in Panama City Beach, Florida, and watching on YouTube to celebrate us in an amazing year of athletic excellence between these two teams. Before we introduce the competitors tonight, we will have a pregame prayer and national anthem, starting with the pregame prayer from our PA address announcer, James Shannon.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's pray. Lord, thank you for this amazing afternoon you've given us, the great weather, the great weekend that we've been able to have down here in Florida. Lord, we pray that this game would be sportsmanlike. We pray there would be no serious injuries, and that we pray that this game would be just a great representation of you and these young men. We pray that everything we do give you glory and honor. In your name we pray. Amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Tonight's away team comes into the night as the number 2 seed in the NHSA rankings after an incredible overtime win 92-90 last year against the Evangel Christian School Eagles. They advanced to tonight with a victory over the Tennessee Heat in the semifinal yesterday. Please give it up for your 2-time defending national champions, the Evangel Christian School Lightning. Today's home team makes their first appearance ever in the NHSA National Championship. As the number 1 seed, please welcome the ECS seeds defending state champions, the Ezekiel Academy Knights. Heading to the center of the field now are the captains for tonight's contest. For the Evangel Christian School Lightning, the senior number 4, Jet Lodge, and the senior number 24, Daniel Viles. And for the Ezekiel Academy Knights, the senior number 1, Austin Gay. And now, referee Nate Starr.
Try it again, Nate. Bush, can you hear me?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after all of the hype and everything leading up to tonight's contest, it is time for the 2020 NHSA National Championship. Evangel will receive for the first half. Ezekiel won the toss, elected to defer. Spencer Thompson, Zachary Lone, Jack Helwig, and James Shannon bringing you every bit of the action here from Panama City Beach. Zachary, should be a good one.
Oh, definitely. And these hitters already matched up earlier in the year, as we've said on the show and multiple times. But Ezekiel went up in that game 28-0. But then Evangel made a big comeback in the third quarter to make it 35-28 before Ezekiel eventually pulled away. So this is going to be a good one to watch.
Evangel's loss to Ezekiel and Ezekiel's loss to Lighthouse resulted in a point differential to get them out of the ACSC State Championship. And away we go in the National Championship. And this kick is going to go out of bounds, and they'll throw a flag down. And it'll be on the 35.
The ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. First and 10.
And that's something else to watch out for in this game, because as we saw on Friday, on Saturday, Jet Lodge is their kick returner, and when he gets in open space, he's tough to bring down. And in the first game, Seth did a good job with his 9 kicks, with 6 of them becoming touchbacks. That was on a 40 by 80 field. This is a 50 by 100 field. So let's see if those 10 yards on each side makes a big difference in tonight's special teams.
Whitfield went out early in the game for their regular season matchup back in October, but now back in this national championship. As the catch is made, Bradley Davis loses the football after the catch, and it's picked up by Bishop Spackman, who's going to take it out of bounds, and Ezekiel Academy gets something much needed here.
And Spackman recovered a fumble in the very first game this year against Evangel. Evangel fumbled 3 times that game, and that was one of the big difference makers in that game, and gave Ezekiel all the momentum. So Evangel needs to hold on to the ball and not turn the ball over.
Turnovers for Spackman throughout the season. Of course, he's had 3 fumble recoveries, make that now 2 caused fumbles on the year. And a caused fumble and recovery very much crucial in this national championship. We'll see Ezekiel's offense for the first time today. As Austin Gay hands it off to his man Spackman, cutting to the outside. He's going to be brought down by Dylan Weathers. And Spackman on offense averages about 7 yards per carry. Anytime he touches the ball, he gets more than half of a first down. And there, it's going to result in they have the chains on the other side of the field this time, gain of about 2 yards.
Definitely, and Spackman is a type of running back that wears you down and looks better in the second half because those holes start opening up bigger and because you tire down that defense. So early, those 2-yard gains will become bigger in the third and fourth quarter.
Gay is going to keep it up the right side, almost trips on his feet. He's got a little bit of space and a blocker, gets past a man to try and tackle him, and Austin Gay tiptoes the sideline inside the 10.
And that is something else to watch for. Gay rushed more times than Spackman did last time. He had 22 carries for 120 yards, and that resulted in 3 of their touchdowns. So that's a big key to watch out for today. The containment of Evangel is going to be huge if they want to stop this Ezekiel offense.
Gay on offense, he's in the same boat as Spackman, averaging about 7.5 yards per carry. And both a weapon as a passer and as a rusher. He's going to take it again up the middle. And initial contact made there by Dylan Weathers again. And Weathers, so far in the year, 83 total tackles that he's been involved in, as he's been leading the team in that coming into this national championship.
And that was better there by Evangel. They realized that Gay was going to rush it. And instead of dropping back into coverage like they did the first time against Gay, with empty backfield, they committed to the running lanes and made it to where Gay had nowhere to go.
Now results in a 2nd and goal on the 5. Gay, a little bit of a muff snap there. Tries to spin out of a tackle, successfully slips on his feet. In the words of James Shannon, the turf monster got to him, trips up for a loss of 3.
And that was just a muff snap there by Gay. That was a read option play, and because he muffed the snap there, he only had one option, was to pick it up and get as many yards as he could, and that ended up in the result of the loss of 4 yards.
Not something you see often from Austin on that. He was initially chased down by Riley Mason. And now a 3rd and goal, trying to capitalize on that early offensive turnover for Evangel. Gay will be alone in the shotgun. And with motion there, Gay looking for something. Toss to the end zone, touchdown! And the first score of the game is from the Ezekiel Academy Knights, and Noble Sefton is the man to catch it.
So right there, Evangel went into a man defense, as you're going to watch. Watch Sefton come from the right side of your screen in motion. And then when he does that, you have Bumgarner on the bottom. And he goes for a slant, as nobody picks up Sefton right there. As that was just a miscommunication. Sefton just was wide open in there for a touchdown.
A costly turnover for Evangel this early. And the man who caught the touchdown in Sefton will attempt to kick it through the uprights, and good with the line drive.
Yeah,
wide right, actually.
And that was a good job by Evangel. They timed the snap to perfection, and they made Sefton hurry his kick and wasn't able to go through his normal routine. As Sefton actually went 2 of 3 in the game earlier, so they do a good job on the extra point attempts of timing the snap and making kickers rush their attempts.
Jet Lodge is one of, I believe, 2 or 3 players on the Lightning who have had blocked field goals throughout the year. Blocked field goals, attempt to block an extra point. Evangel.
And Lodge will be all over the field tonight, so that's something to watch out for. Like, for instance, he returns all their punts, returns all their kickoffs. So he's going to be on the field 99% of the plays.
And Ezekiel will kick off for the 2nd time in today's contest. And we'll just do a higher up kick and keep this one in bounds. It's going to be touched at about the 25, and great awareness there by Kyle Jones to fall back on it and not turn it over. So almost as if it's a touchback, as they'll spot it just shy of the 25.
So what Sefton is trying to do there, they're not going to try and kick it deep to Lodge. They're trying to pin it into a corner to where the ball will either go out of bounds at about the 20-25 or make it to where someone other than Lodge will be returning the kicks. So that's how dangerous Lodge is.
We'll see if Evangel can respond to that defensive stop, as Jet Lodge is going to be wrapped up and brought down. Spackman, the man to stop him.
And this is a play that worked every single time against the Heat. They line up Lodge in the backfield, and at the snap, Lodge goes for the screen pass with the one receiver down to the bottom of the screen. And they were trying to get a one-on-one there with Lodge against the defender, but Spackman came from the secondary and was able to bring him down with the help of Tormey.
Spackman total on the year on defense and 41 tackles, and make that at least 42. Forces it to only a yard gain for Jet Lodge. Very rare to see, as Whitfield is going to air it out to Lodge on the right side with Spackman covering him and overthrown.
And that was where the throw had to be there. So that was a good throw there by Whitfield, because he threw it to the sideline to where only Lodge can make a play on it. But another great coverage there by Spackman. And Spackman has already been a key factor in this game so far with the forced fumble and right there with the coverage.
Lee stops the clock for now with 8:37 left, and Lodge so far on the year, he's had about 69 catches for 765 yards. So anytime he catches that ball, he's getting you a first down. Now the Lightning face a 3rd down and 9. Whitfield quickly to the left and incomplete. Looked like a miscommunication as he intended it for Timothy Howard, who slipped but was far right of the ball. And punt team coming out for the Lightning.
That wasn't miscommunication. That was a curl route where Whitfield threw it a little bit too early for Howard. As Howard tried to plant his feet and come back to that ball, he slipped, and that's why it looked so far off target.
So the punt team here, Lodge, set back to punt it away and boots it fairly deep with the attempted bounce as Gay fakes the catch. And that'll take the Ezekiel Academy Knights to the 41-yard line. And we'll see how this Knights team goes on their second offensive drive of the game. Ezekiel Academy on the year. This is their first appearance in the national championship. They had their semifinal win 2 days ago against Southern Prep Academy 34-0. And since 2013, their arch nemesis has been the Evangel Lightning at 1-5 is their record in the state championships. Their only win coming this year against Lighthouse Homeschool.
And both coaches have a lot of respect for each other, as we saw last on the radio show.
As carry up the middle to about the 35-yard line. It's a rush there by Kobe Taylor, the senior, getting a touch in there and gives him another 4 yards. But you are right, as we interviewed both of the coaches and Daniel Viles and Austin Gay on Extreme Radio last night, they have tremendous respect for each other in their programs. And Coach Wilson mentioned that Coach Smith is like a mentor to him, always willing to help. As he faces a 2nd down and 6 and tripped up by several Evangel defenders is Taylor again. And get it another yard gain for a 3rd and 5.
So what they're trying to set up there is, as Gay may come off the field here for the 3rd down, what they're trying to set up there is the next time or 2 or 3 times, watch out for Gay to pull that and either run to his right or throw that little slant pass to Tormey right there.
Tormey on the season, 20 receptions for 240 yards. Anytime he gets it, it's about 12 yards, so first down is Gay. Tosses it across the middle, and the catch this time made by Brennan Tormey, who gets another first down with that catch there.
And there's that slant route, and he had Baumgartner open as well right there. That was a good as they run the motion. As Evangel right there, the linebacker actually took 2 steps up and that was what allowed Gay to complete that pass.
As they go for another rush up the middle, it takes a while to bring down Taylor, and we'll go up for about 4 yards.
And what they're starting to do now is they're starting to put Sefton out wide. So now when Gay does put out, they have that wide receiver screen to Sefton with Tormey blocking downfield. So look for that potentially for later on in this game.
On a 2nd and 4, rush up the middle, finds the opening, and finally brought down by Timothy Howard. It's a great carry from Corey Murphy, and a 3rd down coming up, but just a few yards short.
So Evangel right here has to get this stop because they really can't afford to go down 14-0 again. Yes, they came back last time against them, but look for Ezekiel maybe to go ahead and try and put their foot on the pedal and just try and make this game really a blowout in the first half.
3rd down and another handoff up the middle to Murphy. As Murphy finds the opening, stiff arms Chat Lodge and move the chains for a first down.
And what Ezekiel's doing a good job right now is open up a big hole. As you're going to watch right here, watch that lineman. Look at this hole that he hits. Well, he went outside of it, but there was a big hole right there. So it's the lineman right now of Evangel is losing to Ezekiel's offensive line right now, and they need to start getting penetration if they want to try and limit these runs.
Skate faces another 1st and 10 inside the 30, airs it out towards the end zone. Did he catch it? Waiting for the signal, touchdown. What a catch.
And that was a good job there of Tormey, as you're going to watch on this replay. As Davis has perfect coverage, but Tormey goes up and he gets this one right here. Really kind of muscles him as Davis had his hand in there. As actually, if we see that replay one more time. As Tormey, the ball may have hit off the ground.
The question is, do they have the angle to see it there? And
oh, I think it did hit off the ground.
It's close, but
we didn't have an angle for that.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to on that. But Ezekiel Academy, at least for now, 12-0. They're just going to go for the extra point here. And a 12-0 lead, flag in the backfield.
This is going to be a delay of game.
Nate Starr, the official.
As this just makes it a little bit longer for Sefton if they decide to, and they are going to go ahead and decide to try and get this extra point.
Hey, David told me to run it.
That's something to watch out for. Points left on the board could end up coming back and haunting Ezekiel.
And the extra point attempt goes up. Perfect. 13-0. The 2020 NHSA National Championship presented by Kingdom.com is sponsored by Grace Boyne Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Grow, Live, Give, helping you fit all of the pieces together in your financial puzzle. Tennessee Heat Athletics, visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. And by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, Clarksville, and Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Let's get Jets. Spencer Thompson, Zachary Lone, Jack Elwig bringing you this action here from Pete Edwards Field in Panama City Beach, Florida. About 5:09 left to go in the first as the Knights have come out swinging.
And yeah, they have. And Evangel needs to muster up something right here so they don't get themselves in a huge hole.
Third kickoff of the game for the Knights as it'll be a return from Hayden Black. Left side avoids a tackle there, almost to the 50-yard line, but giving his team good field positioning as this Evangel offense tries to strike.
And what's going to happen now is Black and Jones, they're going to have to start getting themselves into big field position because they're trying to keep it away from Lodge as much as they can. So the field position battle right now is being won by Ezekiel. Except for this one. This is a big opportunity as they're almost already on the other side of the field. So they need to really capitalize right here.
And this Evangel team is led by 6 seniors and 11 juniors. So 6 seniors at the helm who will be graduating, but 11 who will step up next year as only a carry of a yard from the sophomore Tyler Wilson. He's stopped in the backfield by Peyton Patchell, the junior.
And that was a good job by Patchell wrapping up and making sure that he gets the man down. Because what Evangel really has feasted off of so far in the NHSA tournament is broken tackles and open field and making you make tackles in the open field. And there really hasn't been an Evangel broken tackle so far.
Patchell has the most tackles coming into today with 78. Managed to get in the backfield and stop a lot of plays from happening as a carry by Tyler Wilson gets past the line to gain and a first down.
And that was a good job there. So as you're going to see right here, watch the blitz come from the right side of the Ezekiel defensive line. So when that happens, right there, it came from the right side of the Ezekiel line. So that opened up the middle for Tyler Wilson to go ahead and get a big carry and move the chains.
Moves the chains for another set of downs as they march on in Knights territory. Whitfield tries to get something here. He's going to hand it off again. It's another carry by Tyler Wilson who gets up to the 45-yard line, a gain of 4.
And that is a good first down gain because you're staying ahead of the sticks right now. So Evangel is now starting to find themselves a little rhythm on offense.
They gave the ball to Wilson a lot more than they did in the regular season, primarily between Lodge and Viles. They were the main receivers and carriers of the ball. So the
Wilson didn't have a carry the very first game against against Ezekiel either.
had no activity in that one. They send Lodge to the outside. Whitfield, there's a flag down as they air it out to Lodge, and it's swatted down last second, but wouldn't be surprised if they call this for legal procedure, legal motion, since Lodge did not get set before the ball was snapped. So, second down.
As it looks like they're actually going to decline the penalty and make this a third down. That's a smart move. That's a smart move because then it makes it 3rd and 6. But on the outside there was a good job of Austin Gay not biting on that double move, on that stop and go that Lodge did.
Direction ball be spotted at the 35 yard line.
And now a third down. Whitfield looking. Left side, finds his man in Timothy Howard as Howard gets to the outside and is tripped up, but it'll move the chains for a first down.
And Howard was on the bottom of your screen here.
First down.
No, no, never mind. Howard lined up at the tight end position there and just ran a quick out as Peyton Patchell made the tackle, but that was a touchdown saving tackle by Patchell. But that's another chain mover for Evangel.
So now a new set of downs for the Lightning just outside the 20-yard line, and they can't get anything on this first down as the carry is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Daniel Viles, nowhere to go.
Patchell did a good job there of coming from the linebacker's position and reading that play at the snap, and was able to take down Viles before he could even get anything going. As so far, Patchell's been all over the field.
Under 2 minutes left to go in the first as Whitfield scrambles. He's got pressure. He's going to carry it to the left side, tries to stay in bounds before he gets to the first down marker, and they'll spot him about a yard or two short.
And right there, that was a great coverage from the secondary there from Ezekiel. But Whitfield had the presence of mind to realize that he had nowhere else to go, and his only option was to scramble. So he gets to the outside, and Patchell was the one who forced him out of bounds. But after contact with Patchell, he was still able to get it 4 more yards. So this brings up a third and very manageable 2. As it's probably a 4-down situation for Evangel already in this game.
And time called. The timeout called by the Evangel Lightning. They'll use their first of the half, so 1:37 left to go in the first. Send it to, be right back. With 1:37 left to go in the first quarter, a rush up the middle will move it across the chains for a 1st and goal inside the 3.
And that was a good job of right there, Wilson.
It'll load up in a second. It's just a replay catch, and they'll be
Okay.
right back. There you go.
As Wilson comes up right here, right up the middle, and that was a good hole opened up by Evangel's offensive line. And now here you go. You have a 1st and goal situation for Evangel. So watch for possibly a play action pass here.
Whitfield hands it off, and a rush up the middle. That defensive line of Ezekiel keeps saying no every time. Sam Brown and company prevents anything from happening.
As they are really pounding the middle of the defensive line right now. And Ezekiel's winning the line of scrimmage battle, as really there's only been 1 or 2 instances where a Wilson has gotten anywhere, has gotten any big gain.
A 2nd and goal on the 6. Whitfield hands it off again, and they keep handing it off to Tyler Wilson.
There is a flag.
Yep, there is a flag down.
It might be a holding on Lumpkin.
Apologize for our camera going out as it was a holding call, and .22 seconds left to go in this first quarter of the national championship. And it's a hold against the Lightning, so to make it for a 2nd and goal at about the 13-yard line. So with 22 seconds, this Evangel Lightning team faces a long one, and flags fly like a false
It's going to be
start.
another false start.
False start there. Issues with the microphone, but we could tell it's a false start there with a 2nd down inside the 20.
So now they're gonna have to possibly throw the ball, and what matchup to watch right now as Ezekiel is lined up Austin Gay on Jet Lodge.
That combination all night, both Lodge and Gay have been stars on the defensive and offensive side of the ball as it goes to the right side, just outside of the hands of Bradley Davis in the right corner of the end zone.
As we did have a camera malfunction, what happened was it was a Davis versus Tormey, and what they did was they put Davis at a goal line fade kind of a route, and it was just out of reach of Davis. Davis did get a hand on the ball.
So they're working, our crew is working on getting the camera back up. There we go. We apologize for that. 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter. As Whitfield, there's a flag that flies high in the air as it's incomplete, intended for Lodge. Two flags. Yep. 2 flags. We're going to see what results from this one. And Starr will consult with his crew about this. The umpire, Paul Joseph, line judge Eric Bush. So it was not enough, telling us it was not enough linemen at the line of scrimmage. So that's why it's moved back for Evangel.
So right there, what was really interesting was they did a slant route with Lodge. Lodge wasn't able to come down with the catch, but Lodge was wide open because his quickness really beat Gay there.
So now 10 seconds left to go in the first.
And this is a huge 4th down in this game.
And toss left side towards the end zone. Touchdown! touchdown. Evangel strikes first. Bradley Davis with the 6.
That was a great throw there by Whitfield. As you watch this replay, look where he throws the ball. As Tormey had the inside coverage on it, right here, to his outside shoulder. And that was a good job of Davis of readjusting to the ball. And Whitfield threw it to where only Davis could catch it. And now that 4th down conversion puts it, and for the touchdown, puts them right back into this game going into the 2nd quarter.
And remember, they only kick the field goals on the left side of the field to prevent the ball from going into the backyard on the other side. And with 4 seconds left to go in the first, we'll see Evangel try to make this a 6-point game. Correction on that, 8 seconds left to go in the first as the Lightning get their first touchdown of the game. No one ever said this was going to be a blowout, and if they did, we still got plenty of time to figure that out. 13-7, the Knights lead over the Lightning. Eight seconds remain in the first quarter of this 2020 NHSA National Championship as the ball is stopped at the 45-yard line with an attempted onside kick. And Ezekiel's defense will start out with great field advantage. And thank you to all 104 of you watching here tonight. Well, this afternoon, this game going to go into the night as the the Ezekiel Knights lead 13-7 in the first. Just winding down here in Panama City Beach. Only a few seconds left in the first quarter as this offensive play is stopped at the line of scrimmage, so nothing doing for Colby Taylor, and that takes us to the end of 12. 13-7, Ezekiel leads over Evangel in this 2020 NHSA National Championship. Start of the second quarter. Spencer Thompson, Zachary Lone, Jack Helwig bringing the action here from Panama City Beach as Austin Gay gets a good gain of 5 yards. Make that actually 6. What was a second 11, and 11 is now a 3rd and 5. But Spencer Thompson, Zachary Lone, Jack Helwig bringing you the action from Pete Edwards Field in Panama City Beach, Florida. The 2020 NHSA National Championship game. Of course, on Saturday, Ezekiel Academy beat Southern Prep 34-0, and Evangel Christian beat the Tennessee Heat 42-13. Both Southern prepping them. What a catch as several flags are down.
This will be against Evangel. I'm pretty sure it's roughing the passer. Or maybe not.
Several flags on the field, but what a catch. See if we can get the back end of it, but we'll await the call from Starr. Yep, it's against the offense going back. So wiped off of the stat board.
I really didn't see what happened there. So that's why I figured it was a roughing the passer call. But that has to be something on the maybe an offensive line, maybe a hand to the face or something. Not hands to the face, but maybe I don't really know.
At least something warranted. So that's going to go all the way back to the 30-yard line. What was the call?
As this brings up a 3rd and 25.
Third down and long for Ezekiel to overcome. Gay airs it out to the left and just brought down by the knees. Sefton does get the reception, but nowhere close to the line to gain.
So that was a 10-yard gain. That still brings up a 4th and 15. So Lodge really ran with Sefton step for step, and then when Sefton broke to the outside to run that out that he did, Lodge did a good job of making sure he breaks down, gets in front of him, and tackles him, because it didn't matter if if he defended the pass or if because of how the distances he is from the first down marker.
So Ezekiel will punt it away. This Evangel defense stepping up in a time where they need it. As back to receive was Bradley Davis, but he's just going to let it bounce, and a flag flies all the way from the far side.
This is going to be on Jet Lodge.
Yep.
This may be a personal foul.
So I believe our producer, Jack Helwig, did get that on camera. We'll just look at the replay to be safe, and whatever the call is, I believe we got it. Yep, there was a shove there. There's a fight between.
That's going to be holding. That's going to be holding.
Well, if you look again, if you look one more time at this, Zach.
Yeah, that is probably.
Yeah, that's got to be a personal foul. So they do call the penalty on Lodge, and that's gonna be added on to the end. That's gonna be added on.
So that's only a half of this to the goal penalty.
Yep.
But that is Spackman was the punter last time against them, against Evangel. Tonight they have Leach punting, and that was his first punt was really inside the 20-yard line. So that was something. That's another thing to watch out for, because we talked about the special teams being a big factor in this game. As the play clock is already running down, they have 15 seconds to get a playoff, and they haven't even left the huddle.
Evangel taking a long time to think it over here as they now face they start out this offensive drive on their own 8-yard line. They have some breathing room, but not a lot as Lodge cuts out a tackle. Jet Lodge cutting out 2. How about 3? Jet Lodge staying on his feet. This man cannot be stopped. Finally tries to stay in bounds. It's still up all the way to the 40-yard line.
And that's why they stayed in the huddle so long. They got up to the line of scrimmage quick because they put in Jet Lodge as the quarterback. And the thing we were talking about is open field tackling for Ezekiel. Right there, Jet Lodge in the open field broke 5 or 6 tackles after he made that initial cut back to the middle of the field. There really wasn't anyone who really had a chance to tackle until he got to about the 45-yard line of his own territory. But Lodge continued to drag defenders all the way down to the 42-yard line of Ezekiel.
Ezekiel's team trying to cheer on this defense as Lodge avoiding more tackles. Jet Lodge cannot be stopped except on this play. gain of 2 and a
that's
flag
gonna
at
be
the
a
end.
face mask. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. While he was going down, he was brought down by his face mask.
And they will move it forward, but you're going to see it here. Maybe we got a close enough angle for that face mask.
It was on Tormey.
Yep, face mask, so that's added on.
And that's an easy call for the official right there. As what they're doing is that is an option play with Lodge. They put the so they have a man come in motion from behind Lodge. So Lodge has the option to hand it off, but instead the past 2 plays he's kept it and he's resulted in big plays.
First and 10 as they are taking their time, get the set, and now first and 10 inside the 30 as Whitfield is going to take it, but brought down by several Ezekiel members. Brought down by Zorn and looked like Zorn and Murphy there.
They tried that. They tried a quarterback power there, but really it didn't work as well as it did with Lodge because Jet Lodge has so much. It has the ability to break so many tackles, and he's so much quicker than anyone else on the field. As we saw against the Heat, he is really tough to bring down. So that is why that play really didn't go anywhere.
Second and 10. Whitfield airs it out. He's got Bradley Davis. Touchdown! Evangel!
Watch right here. It was an out and then an up there for the double move. Another one where I'm pretty sure that was Tormey that was on him right there. So he breaks out to the outside, and Tormey bites and goes in to try and undercut the route. And then Davis turns and goes straight up the field for the streak, and he is wide open. As now, all of a sudden, it can become we have a 13-13 game.
And a blocked extra point, much needed for Ezekiel, as Corey Murphy gets in to block the extra point. As it's tied up at 13, the 2020 NHSA National Championship presented by Kingdom.com is sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Grow, Live, Give, helping you fit all of the pieces together in your financial puzzle. Tennessee Heat Athletics. Visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. And by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, Clarksville, and Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Let's get Jets. Eight minutes and 43 seconds remain before halftime as the Lightning kick off for the second time today. And return will be attempted here by Sefton, and he's going to be tripped up for a loss back behind the 20-yard line.
As that big hit at the end, that came from Zorn. Not Zorn, my bad. Harris Black, as he has been all over special teams so far today, and that was a great kick. That was kind of like the kick that they did against the Heat, where they put him in a corner, where they tried to kick it to the one side of the field and make the returner. The ball comes so slow after it that the returner has to wait a couple of seconds and then come up and get that. And that allows Evangel's kick coverage team to get down the field.
We'll see what Ezekiel can do on this drive as Spackman tries to cut around, trying to weave out of a tackle, but takes about 4 to 5 Lightning players to bring him down, and that just speaks to how Bishop Spackman is one of the more difficult members to bring down.
Well, so right there, instead of going north to south, he went east to west. So he actually lost about 3 yards He lost 3-4 yards because instead of lowering his head and trying to just get as much as he can out of it, he tried to go for the big play. And that's really going to be tough against this Evangel defense because they are such a disciplined defense.
So on a second down, scramble here as Gay is brought down in the backfield. He's not ruled down. Did he get touched on the ground? He stopped at several players. Is he going to get stopped? A huge gain to the 40-yard line. And the big question is, was he down?
He was not down. He rolled over on top. This is going to be another 15-yard penalty on the Ezekiel's coaching staff. This is going to put it inside the 25-yard line. What a great look. Right here, look. He never goes down.
Nope.
Never goes down. Put his hand down. He steps back up, and he is off. What a great and good recognition there by Austin Gay right there to get up and go. As this is going to be a 15-yard penalty on Evangel.
Looks like they might have been upset about the call, but you can hardly coach that stuff in practice situation to know when you are not down and just continue going. That is good officiating as well.
That is great officiating because right there the white cap.
So it is a sideline warning on Evangel.
So they made contact with the official. So that's what it was. So they weren't yelling at the official about him being down. They were too close to the sideline, and the referee too close to the field, and the referee bumped into them. So that is Evangel's coaching staff's job to make sure that they are out of the way of the officials. So that is why that 15-yard penalty came in.
What a carry. What a carry. Austin Gay making big plays in big moments as Spackman is going to be wrapped up from behind. Harris Black making the stop.
And I talked about earlier in the game about how important it is for them to stop Spackman. And they have done a great job so far stopping Spackman. Spackman really doesn't have anywhere to go. He's going east to west, and he can't find a lane because of how good this Evangel defense is filling the rushing lanes right now, filling the running lanes.
And with us lost several yards on the play as Gay tries to go up towards the right side, and it's going to be short of the first down.
But what a block there by Josiah Hamby on the sideline. Watch him get upfield. Right here, watch. So he pulls, and then watch that block right there. And that was what allowed Gay to get those extra yards to bring up a 3rd and 3 again.
I'm sure defensive coordinator Jolyn Steeringer like that as Austin Gay goes to the right side. Touchdown!
No, he's not. He stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the about 10-yard line. But again, Josiah Hamby pulls. They are in the same play, and Hamby pulls. And he blocks. And he blocked 2 guys here. Watch. There's one, and then right there, there's a second.
Yeah, you can't tell with all the players around if he stepped out of bounds or not, but good call by the official on that side.
And plus, he rolled the play dead. So even if they were to come up and they wanted to review it, it wouldn't matter because the play was blown dead before he reached the end zone.
So moves the chains for a 1st and goal on the 10-yard line as Evangel defense makes a stop with a 2nd and goal.
Right now, I was talking earlier about how Ezekiel was winning the offensive versus defensive line battle. But right now, Evangel is doing a great job. Again, the first push, especially these past few plays. Yes, Gay has run for that huge play, but they had great pressure. They did a good job of tackling him in the backfield. Just was unlucky that he landed on top of one of their defenders.
Gay looking across the middle, incomplete. Tapped off the hands of Harris Black, but didn't look like there was a receiver in the area.
There was. It was
a little bit, but
yeah. So it was Kobe Taylor right there. Kobe Taylor ran a little slant, but because of the pressure in Gay's face, he had to let go of that ball. As if he had one more second, he had Sefton running that wheel route, and the back corner of the end zone was wide open.
So now Gay with Murphy to his left. Hands it off to Murphy. And short. He'll get to the 6-yard line. 4th and goal coming up.
And right there, that was another great initial push by Evangel's defensive line. Yes, he gained 3 yards, but that's because Moore fell forward there. So that was another good job by Moore falling forward. But here goes a 4th down. Earlier in the game, we were talking about how big it was for Evangel to convert that 4th and 20, and they did. They scored the touchdown. Now it's huge for Ezekiel to try and regain this momentum because Evangel's offense strikes so fast that there's still a possibility of 3-4 more drives before halftime.
5 minutes left to go before halftime. 10 winding down on the play clock. A 4th and goal, they'll go for it here instead of trying to get 3 points. As Gay is looking for his option and is going to be brought down. A turnover on downs. Evangel's defense comes up big.
Now watch this coverage on Sefton at the top of your screen. At the right here. So Sefton runs in motion, and he runs that quick out. Look! Oh, he actually had him, but Gay didn't pull the trigger. But that was a good job by Daniel Viles coming up huge right there and coming up with the sack. That's a huge 4th down stop for Evangel.
An amazing 4th and goal stand. And it reminds you a little bit of how some other teams have had that, where they've had an incredible 4th and goal stand and been able to go do incredible things, or it comes back to bite them. As Evangel is going to call its 2nd timeout of the game. And coming up on the Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay halftime report, we'll give you our thoughts and analysis of the first half. It's all coming up on the Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay halftime report. Spencer Thompson, Zachary Lone, Jack Helwig, bringing you every bit of the action here for Pete Edwards Field in Panama City Beach, Florida.
And last drive, what got the offense going was Jet Lodge putting his foot in the ground and taking control of those first 2 plays. That first play, he broke 6-7 tackles after he initially juked out Corey Murphy on the end. So look for a heavy dose of Jet Lodge right now. As Jet Lodge is, as we've been talking about, we said that the matchup of this game will be Austin Gay versus Jet Lodge. And that is what's happening right now. We need a big play. They're looking for either Jet Lodge or looking for Austin Gay, the 2 seniors and the 2 best players on the field. You lean on your big guns in any championship.
Especially in a national championship. And now 1st and 10 here. Whitfield hands it off. A carry up the middle by Tyler Wilson. Tries to push the pile, but they call him for forward progress at the 25-yard line. Only a gain of 2 yards there. That was actually a good, another good job by Ezekiel's defensive line. So Ezekiel's defensive line has really gotten the very first push. But maybe now watch for Howard to maybe leak out, because or not. Whitfield fakes it. Can he get past this man? No, he won't. Couldn't get past Peyton Patchell. Faked the pass and nowhere for him to go. It's 3rd down.
As that was a good job, another good job of pursuing the quarterback there by Ezekiel's defensive line. And this is great if you're Ezekiel's coach, if you're Coach Wilson, because they are stepping up now. After your offense wasn't able to convert, and Evangel has all the momentum after they scored 13 in a row, your defense looks like it has had two straight really great stops. But now they need to get this 3rd down stop to where they can their offense get the ball back and maybe take it to halftime with you having the ball and scoring.
See if Evangel can get it done. Whitfield is going to air it out, intended for Lodge. Catch is made. Lodge stays on his feet. Can he get past Austin Gay? He wraps up and tackles his feet at about the 30-yard line.
And there we go. We said it. Every time there's a big play, Evangel has looked for Jet Lodge. As Jet Lodge basically just ran a streak right there. And then a great job of breaking Will Fowler's initial tackle and a huge third down conversion. We were expecting a high-scoring game, but these defenses have really shown up so far.
The defensive stands are incredibly impressive right now. So now a 1st and 10 on the 30 for Evangel. Quick toss over to Davis. Bradley Davis trying to get out of the tackle. There is a flag.
A horse collar. I think he got his hand up in the horse collar area, so there's going to be a horse collar tackle. So that's probably going to be a 15-yard penalty on Tormey.
At least from what we're hearing up here in the booth, it's going to be a horse collar.
He got his hands a little bit too high there.
And
yeah,
it's a horse collar. Second down.
Okay, I was about to say his hands weren't near the face mask at all.
So 2:34 remain in the half as now a 1st down, 3 yards to the line to gain. Carry up the middle, and Wilson gets to about the line to gain. He may be short.
And that was a good job of Peyton Patchell. Peyton Patchell's been all over the field so far. That was a good job of breaking the initial block engagement that he was with the Evangel offensive lineman and making the tackle short to make it a 2nd and 1. But now there is 2 minutes to go in the first half, so look for Evangel to run down the clock and try and score late. That way Ezekiel doesn't have time to get anything going.
Quick toss, right side, Lodge. He's got the catch. Can he get past his man? Lodge has an incredible ability to stay on his feet, but he's brought down in a slam down as Brennan Tormey brings him down.
That could have been another horse collar tackle there, but that's a good job of Tormey of making that tackle in the open field. Because Lodge, because it was just Tormey versus Lodge, and if Lodge wins that matchup, he's walking into the end zone. So Tormey stood up for the challenge that time and was able to bring down Jet Lodge.
Again, Tormey has been a great weapon for this Ezekiel defense as Whitfield is brought down in the backfield. A big stop made by Sam Brown.
And then they showed that same play they ran before, a screen pass to Jet Lodge. But that was a great job of Ezekiel reading that play as the Ezekiel left end right there took away the screen pass, and all Whitfield had was the draw, but he had nowhere to go because of the rush there by Ezekiel.
2nd and 14 as flags fly.
They're moving back 5 more yards. It's going to be a false start.
Yep, they'll bring him back 5 yards.
As now there's only 38 seconds to go in the first half. So they keep putting that. So Evangel hasn't tried a field goal attempt on the year as we learned last night, because they tried one on Saturday, but snap was a little bit too high. But as there's only 28 seconds, they are taking a long time getting the line and getting set here.
It's now a 2nd and long. Trying to find the end zone. Toss to the right side of the end zone. Picked off. An interception.
Watch Austin Gay here on this replay. Look where he comes from. Okay, watch where he comes from. He's middle of the field. He's reading the eyes right there. And Gay just comes across the field. That is a good job of reading the eyes by Whitfield. A great play by Austin Gay to now probably look for them to take it into half to make it 13-13 at half tied.
This toss there as Gay with the catch. The end zone for a touchback, and about 16 seconds left. So Ezekiel could try to take a few deep shots here. However, may just want to wrap it up going into halftime. A lot closer game than it was at the end of 2 quarters for these two teams. Of course, that game ended 65-34. Gay scrambles after the interception. He loses the football, but it looks like the Knights recovered it. Great awareness there as the clock continues to run down. Great awareness there, I believe, by Daniel White to get the ball.
As that's going to take us to half, that was a great job of Evangel there, because Ezekiel was trying to take that one last shot before the half, but Evangel did not allow that to happen with the great defensive play there. As now, we are tied 13-13 at half.
What a national championship to start out with. Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay halftime report is coming up after 24 minutes. It's tied up at 13 here in Panama City Beach. Welcome to the Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay halftime report. I'm Spencer Thompson alongside Zachary Lone, tied at 13, and what a closer matchup it has been for this national championship. A lot of people talked about, well, the dream matchup is the Tennessee Heat and the Ezekiel Academy Knights. All you want for a dream matchup is for something to be close, and for Ezekiel, they scored first, and they got up to 13 points, but since then, Evangel has answered them right back.
And we were wondering if this was Ezekiel's very first time, if they would come out a little slow. They didn't come out slow. They came out firing all cylinders, but the turning point in the first half came on that 4th and 20, where they were able to convert that with Jet Lodge finding the end zone. And then that second time, the drive right after, Jet Lodge did a great job of really taking over that first couple of plays. Because without Jet Lodge right now, this score is probably still 0-13.
Now you talk about at halftime, it's already 24 minutes gone, and not necessarily a prediction, but if Ezekiel Academy wins, Austin Gay is in the consideration for championship MVP.
Definitely, on that very last play, that was a great job. As you saw Whitfield scramble to the right, and Whitfield stared down Davis, and Gay read that and came across the field and made a great play. And that could be a turning point in this game, because that was a chance for Evangel to go ahead and take a first half lead going into halftime. And then, yes, Ezekiel got the ball back, but they would have scored 19 to 20 straight points.
You just wonder at this point if the field goal unit is going to have any influence going down the stretch. About 17 minutes left to go before halftime. We'll keep the timer on the board for you. You're watching the 2020 NHSA National Championship presented by Kingdom.com. Welcome to the start of the second half for the 2020 NHSA National Championship game. Tied at 13, a much lower score than last year's National Championship at halftime. Spencer Thompson, Zachary Lone, Jack Helwig. Excited to bring you everybody the action here from Pete Edwards Field in Panama City Beach, Florida. It's been a great weekend for us. It'll be the 4 games called in the span of 5 days as a carry to the left side. Tackle contact made there by Evangel's Kyle Jones, and we'll see the Evangel offense come back on the field and try to split the tie.
Ezekiel's come back on the field. But last year in this spot, Evangel was down by 8 points. So they're in a better position this year than they were last year. But Ezekiel has really took off in the fourth quarter the first time they played this year, as it was only a 42-28 game when they went into the fourth quarter, and they scored 23 points in that fourth quarter.
Can this Evangel defense get a turnover and split the tie? And we'll see in a second as carry by Taylor gets nothing doing as Evangel's defense gets a good stop there on first down.
As you had Lodge, you had Weathers, and I think that was maybe Viles. I couldn't catch that last number, but they did a good job of recognizing that play and going to sorry, I'm fumbling over my words, and recognizing the play and going ahead and stopping it in its tracks before it got a play to get before it had a chance to get going.
And this Ezekiel offense has been incredible thus far on the year as Gay will hand it off up the middle. Some passing, but not a huge amount as that carry from Corey Murphy goes for about a few yards now, about a 3rd down and 8 coming up.
And here comes Baumgartner into the game for Ezekiel. On Friday, they used him to take some post shots, some deep post shots, and he was wide open over the middle of the field. And they had the same potential today because Ezekiel was playing press coverage on them, and Baumgartner has the speed to get around the press coverage. As right now, it looks like they are putting Howard on him with no help over the top. So maybe look for a shot right now to Baumgartner.
The sun beating down in favor of Ezekiel as Austin Gay tries to get to the left side and get to the line again, and looked like he slid a little bit out of bounds with one of the water boys, Evangel, and knocked over one of the benches as they do stop it with 10:33. And right now this is going to be a big factor in the game with the sun beating down towards Evangel's eyes. So on defense and on offense, they're going to be playing into the sun going into the second half.
Yes, and it looks like they are bringing on their punt unit. Look for possibly a fake here because they are in the territory where they could potentially fake it as they're huddling up. But yes, the sun is a factor, which is why it was a great. Well, I don't know why Evangel didn't think it through because they had the option of which way to defend first.
As it's almost
and
blocked
that
as
is gonna be a
Lodge.
first down.
That's a first down. Lodge immediately runs into the punter, and it's stopped back there and got things fixed. We'll hear from Nate Starr, our referee for the day. See if we can get it on the PA system.
As that's going to probably be roughing the punter.
As they're going to talk it over here.
Kicker on the white team. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So that
should be good now, Zach.
there we go. So I'm back on the PA again. But so that was a running into the kicker. But right there, if you're Jet Lodge, you have to realize the situation. Your defense came out and they made a great stop on the first 3 downs, and now you're putting your defense right back out there on a really careless turnover, a penalty there because Lodge has to realize there that he is not going to block that punt.
So a new set of downs for Ezekiel as it's a direct snap to Corey Murphy.
And Evangel there's a fumble. Evangel may have came up with it.
It's ruled second down.
So right there, on the replay, I don't know if we got a replay. Yeah, we do. So that was one of those another option play, but that was a great job there but I can't see his number. I couldn't see the number there, but that was a good job of punching the ball out, and great recognition there by the Ezekiel player to fall on top of it.
Gay with the scramble, looking right side with the toss, and incomplete through the hands of Sefton.
And
As Sefton is down and Bradley Davis trying to help him up.
right there,
Sefton's hobbling.
and right there, what was Spackman there? Evangel came with the blitz right in the middle, but Spackman picked up the blitz, which allowed Gay to roll out to his right. And that throw was on the money. Sefton just wasn't able to come down with it. So now here it is, another big 3rd and long. Will Evangel be able to get off the field this time?
Their defense has been incredible thus far. Ezekiel Academy normally is not held to only 13 points in the first half. Again, that first appearance between these two teams was a matchup 65-34. As Gay is pressured and not brought down in the backfield yet. Can they get to him? Finally, it's Bradley Davis who brings him down. Only a gain about to the original marker, and 4th and 9.
And Gay right there, he was able to break those initial 2 tackles. But that was a good job of the secondary recognizing that Gay was scrambling, and they came up and made the play. Sooner or later, Ezekiel's going to have to take a shot because there is no safeties deep for Evangel. So Ezekiel really has an opportunity there, too, because what they're doing is Evangel's putting man-on-man, saying that our guys are better than you. And Ezekiel needs to try and throw maybe a streak route, a slant route.
As the punt away from Leach bounces down, and this is going to go all the way to about the 26-yard line. And we'll see if Evangel's offense can capitalize after that impressive defensive stand.
But really, Ezekiel, with the press coverage Evangel is playing, really they can really run anything they want to. They can maybe run an out. They can run a curl route. But they really haven't been able to take that shot yet because what Evangel is trying to do is they're trying to hurry up Gay and mess his timing up with the receivers. But now here comes Evangel. Davis had a great first half, and so did Lodge. Who are they going to will Ezekiel be able to minimize the impact? Because you aren't going to be able to stop Davis or Lodge, but we'll be able to minimize the impact that they have on this second half.
Whitfield, under pressure, gets the pass off, and a catch made by Bradley Davis. Bradley Davis to the house. Touchdown, Evangel.
And here it is. You're going to see this on this replay. He had the just amount of time. Great protection there by the offensive line as Davis just really ran a long slant play right there. And then ran right between that middle, that zone, as Gay wasn't able to cut off Davis. And Davis his speed got past Gay. That's right here. Watch that. He threw it right while he was getting hit. That is a perfect throw to Davis. And there it is. The defending back-to-back national champions are now up.
And they're going to fake it to try and go for 2. Nothing doing. The placeholder in Colton Duro could not take it anywhere close to the goal line. So just a 6-point difference between both Evangel and Ezekiel. The 2020 NHSA National Championship presented by Kingdom.com is sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Grow, Live, Give, helping you fit all of the pieces together in your financial puzzle. And by Tennessee Heat Athletics, visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. And as well, Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, Clarksville, and Goodlettsville. Let's get Jets. As we have another kickoff here for Evangel Lightning and Ezekiel Academy. We'll see if they can respond to this quick strike by the Lightning offense.
Here's the thing. If you're Ezekiel right now, and I'm Coach Wilson, I'm telling my players, guys, you're ranked number 1 in the country for a reason. There's a reason why we are here.
As this kick will go out of bounds.
But there's a reason why we are here, guys. But they really haven't got anything going on the offense.
Kick your team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
They really haven't got anything going after that first 2 drives. As the first 2 drives, they went up 13-0. We expected Evangel to make some sort of comeback, and they did. Now they're taking the lead. Now, how will Ezekiel respond to being down this game? Because earlier in the season, they were not down at any point versus Evangel. And Coach Smith, this being their back-to-back national champions, they know how to close out football games. So this is going to be huge. Ezekiel really needs to take a shot sooner or later, and this could be the play. Baumgartner's one-on-one with press coverage on the outside.
Carry by Spackman. Spackman is stopped by Bradley Davis.
So he fell forward. So that's another. So Spackman is starting to get going just a little bit. As I said earlier, Spackman is a bigger running back. He's a more punishing running back. So those 2 3-yard gains in the first quarter are starting to turn into 4 or 5-yard gains in this third quarter. And when it gets to the fourth quarter, really those are when the running lanes are really going to open up. So yes, it takes the dedication, but look right here. If you look right here, the furthest guy back for Evangel.
Furthest guy back as Harris Black wraps up and tackles with several Lightning players. No way that pile is going to move.
If we could get a replay on that. Let's see if we can get it before snap. Look right here. The furthest guy back for Evangel is at the 42-yard line. They are selling out on the run right now. Ezekiel needs to do. Austin Gay really needs to make something happen with his arm if they really want to make if they want a huge play, if they want to make a big comeback, if they want to make a comeback in this game. It won't happen on the ground because Evangel right now is as they go again. They are press coverage.
Scramble here by Gay. He's got pressure. Avoiding one tackle. Can he avoid the second? Gay goes a little bit shoulder first with Jet Lodge, but can't get anything going. Back to the line of scrimmage and 4th down coming up. Same situation that this Ezekiel offense was in on their last offensive drive.
Yeah, they are. Another 4th and long play here. So they're going to have to punt this ball away, and now all of a sudden you risk being down 2 touchdowns to get the ball back. As we are already halfway through the third quarter, the drives are starting to become little limited, as maybe there's a possibility for a fake punt here because there was a little communication with the punter, and
as this will be punted away, a short punt. This is picked up by Bradley Davis trying to get past, and he's going to get to about the 31-yard line. And with under 6 minutes left to go in the third, Evangel with prime position to get another score on the board and really take control of this national championship. Thanks to all. Sorry, Zachary, go ahead.
No, you're good. And now if you're Ezekiel, your defense has to stand strong. But if you're Evangel right here, you just keep doing what you've done the past 2 drives. Get Bradley Davis the ball. Bradley Davis, it looks like he may be a little exhausted, but he's really torching this Ezekiel defense right now.
Thanks to all 112 of you watching right now, this 2020 NHSA National Championship game. Of course, the consolation game unfortunately got canceled earlier between Southern Prep and the Tennessee Heat because of a positive COVID test from one of their classmates. As left side, the carry from Tyler Wilson keeps inbounds to move the chains for a 1st down.
And now they have really worn down this Ezekiel defense. Evangel has done a good job of controlling the tempo of this game after those first 2 drives. So Wilson right there with a great run, but Gay made a big hit at the end. Maybe that will get this Ezekiel defense going. Or is this Ezekiel team as a whole? There really is no life on this sideline right now.
A consolation game earlier, as mentioned, canceled due to a positive COVID test with a classmate, so quarantining for safety. As a carry again by the man Tyler Wilson, the sophomore who normally was not the target for this Evangel offense. Normally is not carry the ball. It's mostly been to Lodge and Viles on rushes, but sophomore stepping up on the big stage.
Definitely. And Wilson has played a big part of allowing Davis, allowing Lodge to get their big plays, because now there's a rushing threat in the backfield that's not just Lodge. And Biles is a big threat, but he had 3 carries for 3 yards the first game against Evangel.
Even with Evangel playing in the sun, they've been fantastic. As up the middle, Tyler Wilson, he's going to go to about the 4-yard line, and a 1st and goal for this Evangel offense.
And producer Jack just told me that Noble for Ezekiel, Noble Sefton for Ezekiel has just been cleared to go back into the game. So that's something huge for Ezekiel.
Sefton, he was limping out earlier in the game. Good to see him back in this national championship, as Whitfield hands it off again to Wilson. Can he get through the end zone? No. He's going to be stopped by Austin Gay.
Gay really stood him up there at the line of scrimmage, as he stopped at the line of scrimmage. So now this is a huge goal line possession for Evangel. If Evangel goes up here and they go up by 12 to 14 points, all of a sudden you could see Ezekiel start getting into desperation mode.
On the 2-yard line, Evangel in a 2nd and goal, trying to punch it in for another score. Quick toss, it's a fake. Jet Lodge, how about the catch and dive? Did he get to the end zone? He's short.
So right there, the throw was behind Lodge from Whitfield. So this brings up a huge 3rd and about 1. So he fell at the 1-yard line here. As you're going to watch on this replay, look at how open Lodge is. If this throw is on target and in front of him, he can walk into the end zone.
And right, he could just walk in there. And now a 3rd down and goal.
As now both crowds are getting into it.
You could hear Evangel from the other side, Ezekiel on our side here with the press box. 3rd and goal. It's a keep by Whitfield. He's going to be stopped at the goal line.
And look, on this replay, if you can get the replay, watch Austin Gay take away the rushing option there. Watch him time this snap perfectly. Right here. He comes in from the secondary right there. Look, that hole that was going to be there for Wilson, we really took that away. And then came up and then made a play on quarterback Whitfield. So here it comes. Watch for something going to the outside to Lodge, or potentially Davis here. As Ezekiel's done a good job of stuffing them the past 3 downs when they tried to go up the middle. The past 2 of the last 3 downs, they tried to go up the middle. And when they did go out to Lodge there, he was wide open. It was just the throw was behind him.
No sense of urgency. Star over by Coach Smith. Looks like they're going to call a timeout and just wind down this clock here. And with a 1:50 left to go in the 3rd.
Lightning, that's their first charge time out of the half.
And with their first charge time out of the half, 1:49 left to go in the 3rd. Evangel taking some time to think it over. $1:49 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
This is going to be a sneak right here from Lodge.
As Lodge is going to sneak it, touchdown. Evangel goes up by 2.
That was a great job. So what Evangel does here is they bring out their heavy package, their heavy goal line package right here, and they go quick. So Ezekiel's defensive line is still trying to get ready, and then Lodge, as Ezekiel tried to stop the run up the middle, Lodge just walks in from the outside.
the two-time defending national champions against the now defending champions of their own football conference are up by 2 touchdowns as Lodge loses the football, and of course, because it's a two-point conversion attempt, it is no good, and they cannot return it back. So 25-13 the score here with 1:44 left to go. Spencer Thompson, Zachary Lone, Jack Helwig.
If I was Evangel there, I would have kicked the extra point. Sefton has already missed one of the extra points, and if you make that makes it a 13-point game where he has to make both of the extra points. But now, as we saw in the first half, Ezekiel can score quick against this Evangel defense. So now, if they score 2 touchdowns, all they have to do is get 1 extra point. Sefton only has to make one of the 2 extra points. So look for that to potentially be costly for Evangel.
Evangel on this season, they were 9-1 in 2020, 10-1 counting the semifinal against the Tennessee Heat yet on Saturday. Ezekiel Academy, 11-1. They're only lost by 1 point to Lighthouse Homeschool. And then they got revenge on them in the state championship to beat them 62-12. Evangel in the 2019 state championship when they made their appearance, as this free kick will go out of bounds.
And what a great heads-up play there by Sefton, because he touches the ball out of bounds.
Lightning. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. That's a 1st and 10.
So what Sefton does there, the ball is towards the outside, towards the sideline, and the ball rests right next to the sideline. So Sefton takes 1 foot, puts it out of bounds, and then picks the ball up. That way, that means that the kick went out of bounds, as he's touching the ball out of bounds. So heads-up play to take the ball from inside his own 10 right there. They're all the way up to the 35-yard line. So that is about a 30-yard advantage for Ezekiel there.
Being told that they're about to turn the lights on here in stadium as the sun continues to go down here in Panama City Beach. Let's see what Ezekiel can do, as Austin Gay is going to scramble. He's going to collide with Dylan Weathers and get to about the 39-yard line as a timeout.
I don't think it's a timeout.
Called.
I think it's just Austin Gay's helmet came off, so that's why they stopped. So Gay has to come off for a play. But this is almost exactly what happened last time in the Evangel-Ezekiel game, except Ezekiel was up 35-0. But in the second and third quarters, Evangel put up 28 points. Put 28 points in the second and third quarter. And before, Ezekiel put up 23 in the fourth. So they know. Watch this triple option here.
Triple option as it's handed off. Spackman to the left side is going to be met in the backfield by his counterpart in Timothy Howard, 11-on-11, who makes him lose about 5 yards.
So on that play, the quarterback there has 3 options. He has Spackman coming behind him. He had, I'm pretty sure it was Murphy with the, he could have handed off to Murphy for up the middle, or he could have kept it and win that hole that Spackman opened up from the reverse option. But here you go. If you're Ezekiel's offensive line here, you have to give Gay about 5 seconds.
3, 4, they give him about 5 seconds, and he airs it out to the right side. It's intercepted. Bradley Davis picks it off, and Evangel makes a stop in way late here in the second half. That's crucial.
As Sefton had a step on Davis. So look, great blocking up front there by Ezekiel. And Davis just high points the ball as the ball is a little behind Sefton. And Davis really has had himself a game. Really the MVP of the game so far. But now, if you're Ezekiel's offense, you cannot allow defense. You cannot allow Evangel to score. If Evangel is up by 3 scores here, the game could very well be over. Evangel leaned on their defense in the first half. Now it's time for Ezekiel's defense to step up and see if they can do anything to stop this Evangel offense.
Can Evangel go up by 3 scores and put the game somewhat out of reach? As Tyler Wilson tries to push forward, and he's brought back. Forward progress with a gain of 4 yards.
So Wilson, great job there by, I think it was Gay who got the initial contact, but good job of Wilson by putting 2 hands on the ball, because the second and third defenders came and tried to rip it away from Evangel.
12 minutes remain in this 2020 NHSA National Championship. Will the Lightning be three-peat, or will Ezekiel Academy start the incredible comeback? "12 minutes remain in the 2020 NHSA National Championship game as Jet Lodge is going to take it to the right side, tries cutting across, gets a man to block him, but collides with Austin Gay at the 30-yard line and finally forced down. Forward progress called at the 30-yard line. And yes.
There it is, right there. What they did with Lodge, they tried to get him in open space, and that was a good job of Ezekiel's defense recognizing what's going on, and it brings up, is this 4th down? 3rd down. So it brings up a huge 3rd down here. If
the ref saying 3rd down. Yep.
If he can get off, if Ezekiel can get off the field here, remember, Ezekiel scored 23 points against Evangel last time in the 4th quarter. Last time they met, they scored 23 points in the 4th quarter.
Ezekiel comes alive in the second half, and especially towards the later part of the 4th quarter. Question is, will they do it here? First, they got to get Evangel's offense off of the field. Whitfield is looking. He's brought down for a sack. Patchell gets the stop.
There it is. Patchell with maybe the biggest play of the game so far. Comes across as Timothy Howard here. You can't see it on screen. Right here, look. He was wide open. If Whitfield could have set his feet, he had Howard for a touchdown. But Patchell comes from behind, and he makes the sack and brings up a 4th and 16. So now they have a chance to get the ball back in Evangel's territory.
So now time for it to be booted away by Jet Lodge, and they have back Kobe Taylor to receive it, but he's just going to let it bounce all the way to the 33-yard line. And Ezekiel's offense, it's time for Austin Gay Company as Coach Wilson is trying to get his guys fired up. Him and offensive coordinator Hunter Bowden, they know they got to get a touchdown here.
And there it is. Your defense makes the stop. They haven't been able to make a stop in the 2nd and 3rd quarters, but here they come out and they make two huge defensive plays there. Lodge gets tackled in open field, and then Whitfield gets sacked. So now if you're Ezekiel's offense, you have to play off the energy that you just got. It looks like they have Baumgartner in the game. Maybe look for a potential deep throw, a shot here.
And it's going to be Gay trying to go up the middle. Looks like he fell a little bit there for a gain of 2 yards. Austin Gay, a little bit slow to get up. He might be cramping.
And remember, this is their 2nd game in 3 days. As it looks like Gay is going to come off the field. So maybe look for that potential triple option. But see, here's the thing about it. With this triple option if they are able to, as it looks like they are going to line up in that another area or not, if they can get past the initial contain here.
Murphy is going to carry it directly. Left side, trying to get past the Evangel defender, gets a little bit more and gets past the 50-yard line, and Ezekiel fans want a penalty
They
call
wanted a
on
late
that.
hit there, but Murphy, I think
They want it, they won't get it.
Murphy was still in bounds from what it looked like. He looked like he is, let's see. You can't, oh, that's clean. He's clean. He's still in bounds.
Yep.
But, look, as you saw there, if they can break that initial pressure and that initial push by Evangel's defensive line, there is no one back. So all of a sudden, if you can get one-on-one to the outsides, then you have a chance to break big every play because there is no safety deep.
And a 1st and 10 on the 49, incomplete pass intended there for Sefton.
So right there, they ran that rub route with Baumgartner coming across and rubbing against Sefton's man there. As maybe look for Murphy and Gay to maybe alternate every other play here, as Murphy really brings speed to these outside edges, and look for him to run to this left side to us.
2nd down. Murphy, 40-yard line, a little bit more to extend it. Another first down.
If you can go back, if you can get the replay here, look where Lodge and Davis lines up. Lodge and Davis on the opposite side of the field. You want to run away from them as they are the two best players for Evangel. And then Ezekiel all of a sudden is moving the ball. Now they have life. See, this time.
It's a handoff. Right side, Sefton trying to carry it, but he's slammed to the ground by Jet Lodge.
Lodge just. And Sefton is mad. Sefton is hot right there. But right there, on that play, Lodge just shed 2 blocks.
You'll see it right here.
Right here. You have 2 men blocking Lodge right there, and he goes through the
Drives
middle of
him
them.
into the ground.
So now, okay, here it is again. Murphy's going to come to us.
Murphy trying to get through. 30-yard line, gets a few yards gain there, and not much he can do.
Lodge and Davis are staying on the same side on these plays, and it's making it an easy read for Murphy. When Lodge and Davis are on the same side, you run away from them. It's easy. But what they're doing is they're putting 2 receivers out wide.
Ezekiel, I believe they do have all of their timeouts, so might be in need of sense of urgency as it's aired out to the end zone. Tipped at the last second. Pass intended there for Tormey, and Timothy Howard broke it up.
So right there, Tormey ran a post route, and it was just a little bit underthrown as he almost comes up to the interception. Look, watch this post route. He has a step, but that ball is just a little bit underthrown as Howard actually should have probably came down with that. But here it is, a must-convert 4th down. And they're going to run to the left side again. They're going to run away as there's going to be a timeout. This is a good timeout by Evangel. They keep having
Lightning, that's your 2nd charge timeout.
So what they're doing is, what Ezekiel is doing is they're putting Murphy back in the quarterback position, and they're putting 1 receiver wide to the right. And Lodge is staying on that right side, left side of the defense. So towards us, Lodge and Davis aren't even in the play. So if Murphy can just break that first tackle right here, he's going to get a first down. So look for them to put Murphy back out there, but watch them try and split Davis and Lodge.
The 2020 NHSA National Championship game presented by Kingdom.com is sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Grow, Live, Give, helping you fit all of the pieces together in your financial puzzle. Tennessee Heat Athletics, visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. And by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, Clarksville, and Goodlettsville. Let's get Jets. What a national championship we've had for ourselves this year. 7:49 left to go in the game, and a must-convert 4th down with 5 yards for
And here it is again.
the Knights to go.
Lodge and Davis are on the same side. Murphy's going to run to this right side.
And they're going to do it that way. Murphy is going to try to go to the left. Lodge can't get to him. Is he going to push the pile? Can he get past? Nope. Turnover on downs.
And if Murphy...
And not sure, there was some extracurricular there. No flag thrown, but it looked like some extracurricular on the edge. But it's a turnover on downs. Evangel takes it over.
And there it is. Evangel caught a break there that Murphy didn't go to that right side. For some reason, they're keeping Lodge and Davis on the same side. And Murphy, when he recognizes that, he realizes that whole right side or that left side is, if he gets that way, all he has to do is break that one tackle. Because with Lodge and Davis being on the opposite side of the field, it's going to break big.
Ezekiel's defense really needs to step up here.
They really need a 3-and-out here. Because they're going to hand it off to Wilson.
With 7:39 left in the game, and Lodge in motion. Whitfield is going to air it out to Lodge. He gets the catch. Lodge past the 40. And Lodge has just given the Evangel Lightning a new spark of hope to their sideline.
And there it is. That is a great play call because it fooled everyone. They take Lodge in motion. Lodge goes on a streak, and that's a perfect throw by Whitfield right there. And Lodge came down with a huge catch. So here it is, 7 minutes and 20 seconds. And Ezekiel has all 3 timeouts. So what that means is they can afford to, if they get 3 and out here, they can afford to not use any of them and they go down quick, score quick, and potentially kick it back to Evangel.
Under 7 minutes. Lightning with a rush to Wilson. Tyler Wilson, who gets a scary, and there's a fight breaking out. Several flags down. Got a fight breaking out there. That was Jared Warren, I believe, who threw the first punch. Just the frustration.
As both players will probably get ejected here because the Ezekiel guy did start that.
We'll get the replay on here.
Right
you
here,
can see it at the end. And shoved down by Wilson, and then, threw the punch on Austin Gay. So the officials.
If they throw out Gay here, that could possibly be the game.
Yeah, it could be the game, and we'll show it to you one more time. And of course, the officials conferring here to make sure they get it right. Of course, they could go back to the tablet if they want to make sure, since it is an ejection, but they'll discuss it here.
So Gay did nothing.
Replay. Yep, they want the tablet down. Said they want the tablet down. So, as you were sorry to interrupt you, Zachary, but here's the replay.
So. Looking at this replay, it looks like there could be a penalty on Gay, but Gay won't get thrown out because he didn't throw any punches. But the Evangel looks like Jared Warren. It looks like Jared Warren will probably get ejected because it was a little extracurricular from Gay, but Gay did nothing there compared to what.
And Zachary, my friend, if you could do a favor and zoom down on where they're using the tablet there. This is the Kingdom.com review. The officials in tonight's game are utilizing Kingdom.com's technology to observe the game in a different perspective. Kingdom.com's assistance allows for officials during our broadcasts to perfect their craft and get the right call. I believe they are looking at it just below where producer Jack Helwig is. Difficult to get the angle there, but Kingdom.com's assistance allows for officials during our broadcast to perfect their craft. To get the right call, visit Kingdom.com for all of your technology needs today. And we'll show the replay on here one more time just to give you an idea. Again, carry up the middle, and Jared Warren threw the punch there is a little bit with Austin Gay. So the question is, did Austin Gay warrant enough? And we'll get the call on PA.
I don't think Austin Gay did enough there.
Both head coaches.
Both head, at least we got it on there. The ref wants to talk to both head coaches before he makes the call. Wanted to make sure it's not getting chippy here, and so we're listening to it in our headset, not for you guys to hear, but we're hearing it.
I've been out. I had knee surgery a month ago. I've been out since September 1st. So, yeah. Got physical therapy. No, I've been off.
As
So we're hearing the discussion here. It's a great explanation by Nate Starr there about per NFHS rules saying he didn't throw a punch, and we'll get the call officially.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Both of them are dead ball. Dead ball, personal foul, black number 1. Dead ball, personal foul, white number 72. They will offset second down.
And that
So no ejections.
and that was probably the right call there, because as Gay really initiated that. As we're going to see this one more time, Gay initiates it right here. See, so it's getting a little chippy, and Gay
He's
just
kind of
keeps pushing,
shoving
yeah,
into
he
him.
just keeps shoving.
Yeah.
As it looks like.
It's tough to call in that regard. It's tough, but officials did their best, and now everybody is shaking hands on the field. At least the sportsmanship being shown. So now Evangel with 6:45 left to go in the game, they are in prime position to potentially put the nail in the coffin.
But here it is. This is a huge, huge drive. This has to be a huge stop for Ezekiel.
2nd and 9. As a quick toss to Bradley Davis. He's got some space on the left side. Bradley Davis is brought down from behind by Austin Gay, and he'll get a first down inside the red zone.
The one thing that he did wrong there is he looks like he ran out of bounds. So instead of staying in bounds and going down, he ran out of bounds. Nope, he did. He stayed in bounds. So they're winding the clock.
So with under 5 minutes left to go in this, 6 minutes left to go, Jet Lodge will make the catch, and that might be the nail on the coffin. Touchdown for Evangel.
And that right there is probably going to be the one that ends this game for Ezekiel. So right here is they get Lodge into space, and really there was no shot for Ezekiel. I think that was Zorn right there to make a play.
And a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. A 2-point conversion or a PAT. Of course, we'll have the prize presentations on the field shortly after this game. Be sure to stick around for that. And again, thank you to all of you who have been sticking around, all 143 of you watching this national championship with us. Thank you for spending your Monday afternoon, Monday evening with us here in Panama City Beach, as Jet Lodge will take the direct snap and to the edge. And it is good. Make that another 2 points, 33-13. So a 20-point lead. And Evangel is 5:49 away from three-peating as national champions. .549 left as Ezekiel tries to get the return, and Ezekiel, do they pick it up? It's going past 10 yards. They pick it up. Went past 10 yards. Evangel almost got to it. There is an injured Ezekiel player down on the far side. On that kickoff situation there, everybody taking a knee, and hate to see it this late in the game. And we'll step aside. So Noble Sefton, the senior, carried off from the sideline. Hopefully everything is okay. He's played his heart out in this championship game as a carry up the middle as Ezekiel Academy tries to get it going here. Coach Tim Smith, he has been incredible at the helm of the Evangel Christian School Lightning. In his 5th year at the helm, 30-1. His only loss coming this year to Ezekiel Academy in the regular season and in 5 seasons, and he's undefeated when he appears in the ACSC championship and make that 31-1, assuming the score holds here tonight. So congratulations to Tim Smith on what's been an amazing career, and as Kobe Taylor goes to the right side, but I mean, not just amazing career that's still being written and still continuing as there's flags on the field, but a career that is topped off as well by how great of a person he is. Because all the we didn't have any formal production meetings coming down here to Florida, but Coach Tim Smith is just one of the great down-to-earth guys you'll talk to, who is very very kind in all the interactions, and he declined penalty there for 3rd down. But Tim Smith, one of the great guys to talk to around the 8-man football world.
If Ezekiel wants any shot, they need to take a big shot or hand it off.
They're going to rush it up the middle again to Peyton Patchell, and getting a snap to the junior, and the seniors are slowly realizing it, that at least with their teammates, this is going to be their last game as a team together. And of course, Coach Hunter Wilson in this season, his 2nd year at the helm, 19-4. He is 1-0 in the state championship. Of course, 2nd year, one of those losses coming this year to Lighthouse Homeschool, but only 3 losses from last season and then to this year to 1. He's another one of the great people to talk to as they get it up to the 30-yard line on the 4th down, and
that will be a first.
They're going to move the chains for a 1st down there. But like I said, Zach, I mean, both of these coaches in this championship, from essentially, again, like I said, we didn't have production meetings. We just had a conversation with them every day. We talked to them about whatever it was, about football, professional sports, any of that. And they're just, you could tell from the character that both Coach Smith and Coach Wilson have. They're both incredible men to be around, and you could tell that they're teaching these guys very well.
Definitely, and the respect that they have for each other really stood out to me. During the interview yesterday, you could hear the legitimate, you could tell that it was sincere. It wasn't just saying that because the other person was there. They actually meant it, and that was something really cool to look at as they are taking out Jet Lodge right now for Evangel. Jet Lodge has had a great
hugging with his coach Tim Smith, and they're taking him out there, starting to get some of the starters, the backups in for national championship experience. And this game, of course, didn't go the way that Ezekiel Academy wanted, but in their first NHSA championship, to get here, to have the experience, have the bonding with their players, from Coach Wilson and the players we've talked to, they've all, as it's fumbled in the backfield and loose, I believe, Evangel picked it up, and it's a carry back by Dylan Weathers, the junior, for a touchdown.
As that definitely ends the game here. That puts them up by 26 points. As the ball just stood down there for a while. There was a bad handoff, bad exchange right there as Evangel walks in. As I think they're going to start running the clock here. So we have about 3-4 plays before Evangel becomes the very first team to go back to back to back.
First three-peat national champions in NHSA history, would be the first back-to-back NHSA champions, as they were in 18. In 18, they won 36-20 against Christian Community in the Mountain in Dayton, Tennessee, and then last year that incredible game, 92-90 in overtime. And it's against Ezel Harding last year. It's one of those situations where the Tim Smith coaching method works. It really works.
And something that we said in pregame, we said that Evangel came here to prove something. They came to prove that they are still the best team in the country, and they have shown that throughout tonight. As they have gone down the past 2 games, they went down 13-0. They went down 7-0. They went down 7-0 to the Heat. They went down 13-0 to.
And the extra point is good. And I'm being told in the booth that after the extra point, each of the teams are just going to line up. But Evangel can feel it. 1, 2, 3, three-peat. The national champions, 18, 19, and 2020. The Evangel is bringing a state trophy, bringing a national championship trophy back to Alabaster, Alabama for the 3rd straight year. As they line up and the clock is winding down, hopefully we'll see some of Ezekiel Academy's players we'll hopefully see some of them in Gatlinburg for the All-American game in December. And for Evangel, certainly we're going to see Coach Tim Smith and we'll see Coach Hunter Wilson coaching on the same sideline for the All-American game. And 40-13, your final score here. Wow, just incredible. Incredible. Final score, and there it is. We're headed down to the field for the prize presentations. Stay tuned. The prize presentations coming up in just a few moments from Panama City Beach. Dynasty sound to you? Well, I'm the field director. Some hardware to pass out. We'll start with the All-Stars for the NHSA tournament from Nico Calloway, Braxton Cook, Hugh Corley, Josh Hackle, Ross Scott, and Andrew Corley. And now the All-Stars from Academy. Gay. Noble Sefton. Peyton Patchell. Corey Murphy. And Bishop Spackman. And now your All-Stars from the Evangel Christian School Lightning. Bradley Davis. Timothy Howard. Eli Whitfield. And Daniel Viles. And now your MVP for the national championship, the senior Jet Lodge. And congratulations to the runner-up for the 2020 NHSA National Championship, the Ezekiel Academy Knights. And now, for the third straight year, the trophy is coming back to Alabaster, Alabama. Your national champions, the Evangel School Lightning. Banner, there's a banner for you to take a photo of. Jet Lodge, come on over here, my friend. Jet Lodge. Jet Lodge, my friend, come on over here, my friend. How does it feel in your senior year to perform the way you did in this national tournament, and on top of that, to win the MVP?
Man, it feels really great to be out here, play with all my family. These guys, we couldn't do it without them. Everybody, it was a unity. Everybody played together. Everybody played as one, and we just got it done tonight, man.
When Ezekiel was leading in this first half, how did you rally this team?
Well, we just had to concentrate, get our mind together, just come together as one, realize like what we were doing wrong, fix our mistakes, and just get it together.
And of course, this is the last game of your high school career with your teammates, but I have a feeling Gatlinburg is in your future. What about you?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Congratulations, my friend. Coach Smith. 31-1 is something that high school coaches across the nation only dream of in 5 years at the head coaching helm. How much more special is this one compared to years past?
Well, they're all special, but I can tell you this one's special because a lot of people didn't think we had a shot at it. We lost 18 kids, and these kids bought back in, and here we are again. So we're 31-1 because of those guys, not me. This guy's not smart enough.
At halftime, you were tied 13-13, and of course, going into the halftime, it was tied. How did you manage to rally your guys? What did you tell them to take control and win this national championship?
Yeah, just never give up. Just keep playing hard no matter what happens. Just keep playing, and that's what we did.
And you talked about in yesterday's interview that you and Coach Wilson have so much mutual respect for each other that even with this game, you're going to be coaching alongside each other in Gatlinburg. How excited are you for that?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to let him and Hagan do all the coaching. I'm going to drink Dr. Peppers and just watch, have fun up in the mountains.
Hopefully you guys didn't drink the entire 12-pack that Zachary got you both yesterday.
By the way, Zachary, I didn't even get one. They drank it. You took it to the wrong house.
Congratulations, Coach. And the Lightning have taken a third straight national championship.